And we are here at the thermal base. Gotta get back. Oh man, what was happening again? Sorry, I was just playing Darkest Dungeon and I kinda forget what's going on now. We gotta get back the Kingdom Stone. It was stolen from Sheng Tu after they stole it from Shui Gong. Yeah, we got captured by Shui Gong forces. Was it Shui Gong or was it Sheng Mu? I get Sheng Tu's the one where the red panda is in charge. I should be using my uppercuts and stuff like that. Okay, well, we got away from the one panda town, and Torque's out there somewhere, and Lilac and Carol had a fight. And I want... There we go. Dive kick! Yeah, I gotta remember that I have a dive kick and an uppercut. Also, my double jump naturally does damage. I don't like that those fire jets that are propelling the platforms can actually hurt me. That's a little irritating. Oh, wow. And even, like, getting those health bits, I managed to damage myself. So oh, okay. For a second, I thought those were doors that I was supposed to, like, go into to, like, get to a new area, but no, they're, like, sideways. I'm looking at them from, like, a weird diagonal. That translates just fine. I just wasn't really thinking about it. Okay, going down here. I don't really know where I'm going. We are going to just figure it out as we go. Also, I'm having more damage. I'm having trouble getting around here without running into things and hurting myself now. Yeah, like even there. I was already doing the uppercut animation. Why did that get to hurt me? No fair, I say. I don't want to die. I'll feel stupid. I'll feel stupid if I die now. What is that? I got a green thing. Oh, it's a key card. It's a key card that lets me go forward. Okay. So they put it somewhere really easy to find as a way of teaching me the mechanic that I need to... Oh, hey, it's Syntax. Okay, that's pretty cool. Oh, I like how Syntax can watch me in different rooms now. I don't know, there's something kind of neat about that. Okay, I wanted to... Good. I wanted to break through that, and I did. Okay. So... Oh, I thought the lava on the ground was stuff that I could fall into, but it's not. It's just, like, windows in the tubes. Okay. I'm having a lot of trouble, understanding information right now. I don't think it's bad conveyance on the game's part. I'm just not in the right frame of mind. Also, I'm aiming my Shoryukens poorly. Oh, I was hoping that with a Dragon Rush I'd be able to get through there, because, you know, it does have dragons on it. But no, that's fine. I guess I gotta do something else first. Oh! I have to defeat this robotic eel first. Is it supposed to be a dragon? Kinda just looks like an eel to me, but those jets look like maybe they can produce, like, fiery... You know, those kind of, like, Chinese dragon mustaches. There we go. Alright. Somebody told me a reasoning that I really liked, actually, for why Lilac is a dragon but looks like this. Which is that dragons... I guess dragons are, like, practically extinct now. And that even the ones that are still alive are probably of mixed heritage with other animals. So that's why she also looks somewhat cat-like, because she would also have some mammals in her background. Okay, I didn't know there were spikes down there. I didn't know. I mean, I could get down with something that just, like, calls something else dragons. One of the things that always bothered me about Fire Emblem Fates is how weird Dragoncorn is. And I'm okay with, like, it has, like, hooves and, like, hands, and it's a water dragon. Uppercut was too slow. And it's not that I have a problem with the dragon looking like that, with that being... Because that's, like, an interesting interpretation of a dragon. I'd just like to see more done with it, or, like, explore what this dragon can do. I don't know. I feel like... This isn't so much a complaint as just something that I want, but if it were me, and it's so easy to say, like, oh, this is what I would do if it was my game, because I don't actually have to make a game. I get to just sit on my butt talking about other games. But, had it my way, I think it might have been better if Corrin were just a Manakete unit. Like, he could turn into a dragon, he didn't get a sword. I think it would be more interesting if he... And then give him, like, different unique dragon powers. Like, what if there was a way to make him into a flying unit or into a ranged unit based on, like, what dragon stones he used or something like that. And just have him, you know, be more jumping in and out of dragon form all the time. The interpretation of Corrin's powers that they made for Super Smash Bros. Is more interesting than how Corrin actually plays in the game. But I mean, that's just how I would do it. I get a little bit leery of, like, YouTube videos that are titled, like, Fire Emblem Fates Fixed, or, like, the whole, like, how to fix the Justice League movies, or anything you don't really care for, you know, how to fix Spider-Man 3. Because it's just... People need to appreciate, it's so easy to just sit and criticize and say, like, oh, if they had just done this, it would have been better. But, like, these are games and movies and things with huge budgets made by huge teams with, like, stockholders that you need to make happy and publishers making mandates. And also, you only have so much time to work on it to meet a deadline, and so much money that you can even put into it, and uh-oh. Wow, you're murdering me. Okay. Alright, I can use command attack to move it back. Okay. I thought I had just found a horrible murder trap in the game, which would be pretty funny. Yeah, like, it's one thing to say, like, oh, Fire Emblem Fates would have been better if it, I don't know, if there were more chapters at the beginning to, like, I think Fire Emblem Fates would have been better if it took more time with its introduction to set up the conflict before, you know, making you choose a side. And I understand they didn't do that because of how they were selling it as two different games. That they wanted as little overlap as possible, aka as little of the prologue as possible, to rush you through to the stuff that was exclusive to this game, so that you didn't feel like if you bought both games like you were doing the same thing for too long in either version of the game. I still really don't think the game should have been two games. I was so happy when I heard that Three Houses was only going to be one title. So, yeah, like, I think it would be better if there was more time to get to know Corrin's mother and all of his siblings from both sides. I think it would be better if there was a longer prologue. But I mean, easy for me to say because I can just say that and declare it. Sounds like a trap syntax. Yeah, I knew that was a trap, but I wanted to do it anyway. Very clever game, very clever. Okay, but it did teach me how, these floor bombs work, I guess. Alright, I have to fight you even though I don't have a lot of health to do it. Ow. Alright, got your keycard. Do I still need to kill you, though? Can I still kill you, or can I just take the keycard and run? Oh, I just realized my stupid mouse arrow was on the screen this whole time, too. Ew. Ew. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, like, yes, I definitely think the game would have been... The story, let me say, would have been better with a longer prologue before... With more development before you had to choose between the two countries. But...
To unlock this door, stand on the blinking floor panel to the right. Just kidding.
Oh, she still says just kidding even if you don't stay on it. That's good. So you can still get the joke without taking actual damage. Anyway. Okay, I don't see a reason why I need to actually... fight the squid. Oh, but he, like, gets red, and I want to see him die. No, we're killing the squid. Now, but if I was a developer and had to actually make the prologue longer, and it's like, you know, you're investing the time that your team has to work on this, investing the money you're spending paying your programmers and writers and everything, to see if the prologue actually makes a difference by making it longer. Like, you don't know, man. They made a plan of how they thought the development was gonna go, and maybe at the end maybe they even thought like, oh, wow, yeah, I wish the prologue was longer, but like, we're out of budget and time, we need to get this game out. Making any kind of art at that level is just gonna be extremely demanding and hard. I'm not saying, like, don't complain about it, because, personally, I think there's a lot of problems with Fire Emblem Fates. That game is extremely disappointing to me. I like Syntax a lot. She's like evil Siri. Okay, and I gotta think about both... her shooting lava and the wall shooting lava. Whoa! Whoa! I like dragon scales. I think Lilac has scales too, but she has some fur as well. Yeah, I'm just saying, and you can even keep making your like how to fix videos. Just please keep in mind that it's not so easy as just like writing some different words on a piece of paper and telling your development team to do that. Like, that's why I'm so fascinated in games that, like, have problems, but, like, did something ambitious, you know? Or experimented. For example, I think in this game the cutscenes... I mean, they're fine, but they're maybe a little bit too long, or I'm not personally into, like, the voice acting style. Like, the voice acting is fine, but it's just, I don't know, it's cheesy in a way that's not gelling with me. But even when, like, you know, the voice actors are in the recording booth, they, you know, they're given notes, they're doing it the way they think it would best be done. You don't really know until it's all together how well everything works. And by that point, maybe you have time to fix it, maybe you don't. Especially for something like this that's an indie game. I don't want to be too hard on this game, because I think what this game does is pretty darn good. I was just using that as an example. Last Jedi, which is a movie that I really, really like. Spoilers for The Last Jedi. But there are a few things that I don't totally like about it. Less things than some other critics. I think most of it is pretty great. But I agree that the fake-out Leia death scene is not super well done. It's goofy and kind of cheap-looking, and makes it look like it's too easy for a Jedi to survive the vacuum of space. And you can argue that it takes a lot of tension out of situations when you see now just how much a Force user is able to survive. I think there was a better way to show us that Leia was Force sensitive than having the first time we ever see her use Force powers be something that over-the-top crazy. I don't think it's a total betrayal to believe that, like, Force users have ways of surviving in the vacuum of space. We've even kind of seen it before in other Star Wars media. I'm thinking of a particular moment in Rebels in particular. But I don't know. It wasn't the best way. We've been wondering for a long time, hey, shouldn't Leia have Force powers? you know, Ghost Obi-Wan and Yoda even said, like, oh, hey, there is another. If this whole thing with Luke doesn't work, maybe we can train Leia to be a Jedi that defeats Darth Vader. But, like... but, like, we always wondered, I guess... and in the old expanded universe, I guess we had this answer, but since that was thrown out, we were left wondering, does Leia ever practice with the Force? Does she ever learn how to manipulate it? And the answer to that is yes, and that even though she's not a Jedi per se, she could do some really crazy powerful stuff. I like that she has crazy powerful Force powers, and that she also doesn't really define herself by it. Just the way of introducing that information to us was odd. But, you know, when you're writing it and you're acting it, you don't have the special effects in, and then you're editing it and stuff like that, maybe the picture of how it's gonna look in your head is a little different than how it totally turns out. That doesn't mean, like, I'm not allowed to complain about it, because I still think, you know, after seeing that, you know, like, hey, you guys, like, have a lot of money to work on this, why don't you, edit this again and make it into something that comes off a little bit less weird. But that's a case where I guess, the director, you know, I guess the director was proud of that choice. Maybe if it wasn't, like, so much of a fake out, like, if it didn't let you think she was dead for so long, or if we had ever seen in the main movie series a little more proof that, like, Jedi could... Because, like, most people watching Last Jedi have not seen Star Wars Rebels, you know? I am super rambling, but hey, that's what you do in Let's Plays. You ramble. I can't talk about what's in front of me the whole time because it's just kind of like... That would just kind of be like making small observations on, you know, this is good. I like the colors here. I don't care for these guards with guns. They take too many hits to kill. And they fall over, and while they're falling over, they're, you know, immune to my attacks. Which just, you know, I'd rather be able to, like, chain hit them while they were on the ground and keep hitting them, but it's not what the game lets me do. Okay, so I could just get by with just making observations on what's right in front of my face, but I'd argue that's less interesting. Oh, whoa! Oh, hiding spikes up there. Okay. Well, I'm curious, so I'm gonna try that again. No. Maybe if I could land it right, I could be on top of those spikes then. But I don't care that much. It's probably just gonna lead to one of those collectible cards, and I'm not gonna 100% the game or anything. I do think that after I finish the Lilac run, I'll be playing through the game twice more. Once as Carol and once as Mila. Just, one, to get an idea of how they play, and two, to see if there's any story differences. Like, I think you're supposed to get different scenes when you play as Mila. And maybe slightly different scenes when you play as Carol. Like, I could see with this part, since, you know, in the story they're separated, maybe Carol's level in this part of the story is different than Lilac's. I could just do classic mode and not have to watch all the cutscenes again, but I kind of want to see if the cutscenes change at all, too. So what I would probably do, if I ever came back to this game after I finished my Let's Play, if I ever played it again, probably I would play it on classic mode and skip out on the story. Like, it's fine. The story is serviceable, and I can tell that there was a lot of love put into it. But for this particular kind of game, I think I'd rather just get into the action. But I don't fault them for, you know, being really ambitious with their story. Man, game criticism is hard. Except it's not hard. Just stop being a dick about everything. Stop. You know, I know we all like our hot takes, because we like to sound smart. I like to sound smart, too. I give my hot takes all the time. but I don't know. Just keep in mind that, like, human beings had to make this, and they probably had to make it under the weight of, you know, for AAA games, programmers and stuff had to make it under the weight of companies that maybe didn't care as much about the artistic integrity of the thing. That, you know, they just had to work with the time and resources allotted to them. Like Legend of Korra. Like how Legend of Korra, the last season, feels so rushed. It was because freaking Nickelodeon kept, like, changing their minds on how many seasons they were gonna get and how much budget. And at the end of the day, the showrunners had to, had to decide, well, are we going to lay off a whole bunch of our animators, or are we going to make one less episode? So they did. Except they did make the same number of episodes, but one of them was a clip show. It's so sad, too. It especially hurts because Last Airbender had an episode that was, like, the best clip show episode ever. Because it didn't use clips. It wasn't a clip show. It was a recap of the entire series. But I'm talking about the Ember Island players. When they go to see a play about themselves that basically recaps the entire series, and it's done right before the finale arc. So it kind of celebrates where we've been and helps reestablish what, like, concerns all the main characters have going into the finale. Like how Aang doesn't want to have to kill Ozai, and how Katara doesn't really know how she feels about Aang at this point. You don't know if they're going to end up together or not. And how Zuko has so much guilt over how he betrayed Uncle Iroh that one time and hasn't seen him since. Yeah, nothing really for Toph, Sokka, or Suki in that episode so much. Just, they're mostly comedy in that one. Toph in Last Airbender, though, like, she has episodes where it, like, acknowledges her feelings, but she's not as dynamic a character as others. Wow, it got quiet.
Remain still during the incineration process. Thank you.
I like this level a lot, because I like how it uses syntax as a threat. I like how she gives you instructions on how not to die in a very pleasant voice. I like how pleasant she is still. Oh, was I, like, on fire? I think I was taking burn damage. Alright, what's happening down there? What are you doing down there? Okay. One cool thing that the game could do now, because I know, like, Carol and Lilac have to make up at some point. This would be a cool place for them to make up, actually, to have it happen during the boss fight where she comes in and... Because I like the boss fights of this that have your friends, like, help you out with healing items and by dealing extra damage. I think that's some neat dynamic storytelling. Okay, I can actually go further down in the level than I thought I could. Though I don't like it down here because I'm closer to the lava floor. I wish I had a better idea of how much more damage I had to do, like the enemy had a health bar or something, but that's okay that it doesn't. Sometimes when enemies have a health bar, that becomes all you can look at. Like, Cuphead doesn't show you the enemy's health bar until after you've already died to show you how close you came to killing them. Which I think is a neat system. Or trying to think of other... Well, in Star Fox 64, bosses only have health bars if Slippy is still alive. Because that's, like, Slippy's big thing, is that he can analyze... He can analyze a threat and determine its... vitality? What do you call a health bar for an enemy ship? I guess just it's shields? I don't know. Yeah, he can read that shields are at like 75%. So that's your main incentive to keep Slippy alive. And what was it? I think Falco had the most examples of him flying in and blowing stuff up for you. Like, more so than Slippy and Peppy, Falco tended to help you fight things more often. And Peppy gave you advice if he was alive. So if you're replaying the game, Peppy really does nothing for you. And if you're just confident in your own abilities, Slippy really does nothing for you. It's just kind of peace of mind if you like to know how much health you have left. I guess technically you can, like, adjust your strategy knowing how much health something has left. Like, oh, they have just a little bit, so I'm going to go for broke here. Whereas if you have a long ways to go, you might play a little bit more carefully. I don't know. It's just good. It's just kind of nice. But you can't be too comfortable while you're fighting a boss, I guess. Bonus. Oh, because I got a bonus thing before. Okay, cool. I don't really know what all this does, but... Oh! Okay, I'll take more level ups. That's nice. Okay, so it costs 30 of those things to roll the dice, I guess. Oh, and you give me a shield. Thanks. Okay, I'll take the shield. Does that mean I get to have the shield at the beginning of the next level? Oh. I guess I'll take this shield then instead. Okay.
Looks like it's payback time.
Hey, Serpentine.
Let him go!
Or else what?
Remember what happened the last time you messed with a dragon? Let him go!
Good girl. I want you to be nice and angry for this!
Yeah, I actually forgot that they had Torque captured. I remember now, though. Uh-oh. Oh, no, Brevin. Oh, owned. They do a good job at making Brevin seem formidable. And tall.
Before you decided to throw your life away and interfere with our mission, you should have asked yourself one very important question. What makes you so special?
Well, for one thing, I'm a dragon. Dragons are pretty special. Oh, we have a Metal Gear Solid torture scene? Okay.
Why do you fight? I know you're awake. Answer the question. Why do you fight?
Now, are you gonna try and get information out of me, or are you just curious because I'm a
For
dragon?
my friends. I'll do whatever it takes to keep them safe from freaks like you.
Keep them safe. Every move you've made has put them directly in harm's way. Destroying our property, assisting our sworn enemies, attempting sabotage against our mission, which, by the way, has nothing to do with your world.
Oh, but you're taking our
We are
kingdom
leaving this
kingdom
barbaric
stone.
planet behind as soon as our ship is repaired.
But we need the kingdom stone. It like does good stuff for
You
us.
forgot the part where you took our kingdom stone.
Yeah, that.
Where you ruined years of peace between my people and put thousands in danger.
An unfortunate side effect, yes. But I wouldn't have resorted to such drastic measures if you had the common sense to stay out of our affairs.
Well, you were taking the kingdom stone anyway, though, weren't you?
Thanks to you, your companions are in more danger than ever.
The point is we want to keep the kingdom stone, so we're fighting for it.
Allow me to show you the consequences of your stupidity.
Lilac!
Oh, hey, Torque.
I had to do something.
Answers, Commander. Give them to me.
Oh, okay, so now he's going to...
You've seen how far I'll go to get the information I need.
So now he's going to torture her to get answers out of Torque. I don't know what Torque knows that he wants to know, but...
Don't tell him anything.
I'm sure there's something. Torque might be part of some kind of alliance against Brevin.
Very well. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Or yeah, Torque said at the beginning that he was part of a, like, interplanetary resistance. Oh, jeez!
Last one! There's no one else left! There, you happy?
I did not need to hear that screaming, game, thank you.
I'm telling the truth!
Alright. Voice actress is a little bit too good at that.
But I was more interested in your resolve. You crack easily, it seems.
Oh, I like how, like, you can actually see her hair short now. Yeah, now you can see much more how she's supposed to be a dragon.
And this one. I have a funny feeling about you. I'll bet I could hack at your limbs all day and you'd still find a way to bite back.
I'll do more than that, you monster!
When we've lured the rest of your group into our hands, you'll be at the top of our execution list.
Sir, the chasers are within visual range.
Alright. Yeah, I guess we didn't actually kill Syntax, because Syntax is a computer program. We just destroyed a, you know, a vessel that she had control of. I like Syntax. I liked that whole last level, actually. I liked it a lot.
Lilac!
Oh, okay. Carol and Mila are just here now. How did you... Wait, Torque. How'd you get out? Excuse me. Hey.
I'm sorry I ran off without you. I'll never do it again.
I mean, presumably Carol and Mila rescued Torque, but still.
We gotta leave! Now!
Like, I'm saying, like, even if in Carol's story we get to see that part where Carol rescues him, I'm playing this story and you gotta give me a little bit more. You can't just have characters that were captured being free now.
No.
Disagree.
It's so smart of your coalition to attack my ship above an inhabited planet. Whatever happened to that prime directive of yours?
You think you're some blameless force of nature, don't you? That the rules don't apply to you!
It's my world on the line. You know exactly how far I'll go to ensure its safety.
Your world is in danger because of the suffering you caused to the other worlds!
My actions have hurt people? I had no idea. I'm dreadfully sorry.
Brevin, you're a sassy bitch and I like you for it.
Really? He's lying.
I have a lot of work to do, so let's make this quick. Kill them.
He wasn't lying, he's being a jerk. Alright, so take a quick look. This is approximately how Torque would have played, I'm sure.
Pressure overload detected. The facility will implode in 6 minutes.
Don't let them escape! Find out who did this.
Okay, so somebody... Did somebody help us do that? Who's even left to help us? I don't think, Mayor Zhao...
No! No!
Stand down!
I have to find them!
There are 2 ways we can do this, Dragon, and you're only conscious in one of them.
Yeah,
do what
just
you
go...
have to do.
Just go with the Spear Panda.
Once again, you have deceived us. Do you realize what this means?
I don't quite realize what this means, but I think we'll find out what it means next time on Comic Plays. Thank you for watching, and, wow, yeah, so is it gonna do, like, the Miyazaki thing, where for the rest of the game she has short hair? I'd be kind of interested in that. I kind of like being able to see her horns now. Makes her more dragon-like. Alright, catch you next time.